You can learn any skill. You can master any challenge. You can rise above anything. If you reach that inner point where you refuse to settle for less than what you're capable of being, doing, or giving, there's nothing as powerful as the human will once you stop playing it safe. Most people hold back not because they lack talent, but because they fear failure. And what does failure really mean to us? For most, failure equals rejection. Failure means I'm not good enough. And underneath that fear of failure is the deeper belief that if I'm not enough, I won't be loved. But here's the truth. You'll always rise again if you find something that matters more than money. You need a mission, a reason that keeps your fire alive when disappointment hits, because it will hit. That's part of the journey. The real question is, will you let disappointment destroy you or drive you? Turn it into drive, and you'll always find a way forward. Turn it into fear and hesitation, and you'll lose your momentum. So what's the real difference between fear and faith? They're both powerful forces. Both can shape your life. Fear and faith are simply imagination. One is undirected, the other is focused. Fear is imagination running wild. It creates worst-case scenarios that don't even exist. Faith is imagination with direction. It's the choice to visualize victory until it becomes certainty. Because once you believe deeply, that belief shapes your actions, your learning, your growth. That's how transformation happens, not by hoping, but by deciding. At some point, you have to draw a line in the sand. You have to say, I'm done just collecting skills. I'm ready to transform my identity. Because this isn't just about making money or learning tactics. It's about mastering yourself. When you recognize the patterns of your own thoughts, behaviors, and relationships, that's when real growth begins, and growth never stops. If your business isn't growing, it's dying. If your relationships aren't growing, they're fading. You are either evolving or dissolving. There's no in between. That's why progress is happiness. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to move forward if you're not fit yet. But you start showing up for yourself every day, you'll feel proud. If your relationship is struggling, but you start communicating, you'll feel alive again. Progress equals growth, and growth equals life. Every living thing grows or withers. That includes your dreams, your business, and your soul. The beauty of entrepreneurship or leadership is that it gives you immediate feedback. You'll see what's working and what's not through your profits, your clients, your results. That's not failure. That's feedback. You've entered a game where growth is constant, and that's the best part. You can use business as your training ground for spiritual, emotional, physical, and financial development, because most people avoid what's measurable. They don't like to talk about results, money, or health because it exposes them. But growth only happens where you're willing to be honest with yourself. You can't hide behind, I'm spiritual or I'm trying. True power comes from being accountable, measurable, and real. You chose to enter the arena, a space where you're tested, challenged, and rewarded based on your growth. That's not scary. That's beautiful. As you expand, your problems grow too, but so do your solutions. Each level brings a new challenge, and that's what keeps life exciting. If you're stuck, it's probably because you've built a comfort zone, and your comfort zone feels safe, but it's the slowest form of self-destruction. To grow, you have to study what you do. You can't rely on hope. Hope is not a strategy. You need mastery. Most people start their business thinking, I can do this. I'm the best at what I do. And maybe you are, but when you scale, everything changes. You need systems, structure, and people. It's no longer about being the best. It's about building a team that can deliver the best. So ask yourself, are you ready to grow into that next version of you? Because if you're not fully in, you're just wasting time. But if you are all in, then you must keep learning, evolving, and pushing forward. Even I'm still learning every day. Every time I meet someone new, I pick up something powerful, something that sharpens my edge. That's the beauty of mastery. You never arrive. You just keep leveling up. Anyone can do this no matter where you start. Technology may speed things up, but real growth still takes commitment. Your psychology will always be your greatest tool. Ask yourself daily, on a scale of 1 to 10, how certain am I? If your certainty is low, fix it. Because low certainty creates weak results, and weak results destroy confidence. That's why so many people get stuck, especially those who associate success or money with something negative. Money isn't evil. It's energy. It's a reflection of the value you create. When I used to think making money was bad, I would overgive, undersell, and almost destroy my own company until I realized generosity without structure is chaos. You have to resolve your inner conflicts. If you believe you shouldn't be successful, you'll subconsciously sabotage your growth. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's action despite fear. So take the next step, even if it scares you. And if you can't go alone, find a partner who complements you, someone who's strong where you're not. Together, you can build something extraordinary, because progress doesn't always feel good, but it always moves you closer. Sometimes the struggle itself is your teacher. So stop waiting for the world to change and decide to become the gladiator of your own life. Step into the ring and say, I might face pain, I might face failure, but nothing will stop me from fulfilling my mission.